James Ellsworth sent nudes.
Okay.
A chinless dick.
Well, I'm doing this to prove a point, and I'm doing this for educational purposes. Well, here it is right here. Here is my cock. Does it look deformed? Does it look like I can't use it?
Welcome everybody to the greatest WWE show in the history of every wrestling show that existed in this world, Greatness of Wrestling. And today we have a couple of big topics, first being James Ellsworth's accusations and WWE WrestleMania 35 main event plans and other matches. And WrestleMania 35 is the first thing I want to talk about. So we all know that WrestleMania is happening in April, and we have two rumored main events. And the first one is kind of shocking because this is the first ever, and it's Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey. And to be quite honest with you, I don't want WWE to do a women's main event just because they're women. But in this case, I don't think that this is what it's all about. This is Becky Lynch, who is like the most entertaining thing in the WWE right now. There's no superstar in the WWE right now that people are invested in as much as they are invested in Becky Lynch. And then you have Ronda Rousey, who was like one of the biggest stars in the world. This match was supposed to happen at WWE Survivor Series 2018, but because Nia Jax punched Becky Lynch into the face for real, don't ask me why, Charlotte replaced Becky Lynch in that match. And what's interesting is that Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey was a rumored WrestleMania match, so that's probably not going to happen. So maybe you should do Becky versus Ronda Rousey. I don't really care whether it's a main event or not. I just feel like this match should happen at WrestleMania. The only issue is you can't have champion versus champion at WrestleMania. I don't think that would make a lot of sense. So I feel like we should have another superstar shakeup before the WrestleMania and either draft Ronda Rousey to SmackDown or Becky Lynch to Raw. But this match needs to happen because right now people are even more invested in it since it got taken away from them. So let me know in the comments below, do you want this match as the main event of WrestleMania 35 or just a regular match at WrestleMania? Let me know in the comments below. According to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE Chairman Vince McMahon made the decision to postpone Rousey against Lynch until WrestleMania when it was determined the Irish Lass kicker would be unable to compete at Survivor Series on Sunday due to a broken face and severe concussion. If WWE goes through Rousey versus Lynch in the headline spot at WrestleMania, it will mark the first time a women's match has ever main evented the biggest show in professional history. Another rumored match is AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar, another match that was taken away from us because I don't know why, maybe Vince McMahon feels like Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar is a bigger match, or maybe he's saving AJ versus Brock Lesnar for WrestleMania because Roman Reigns is not here, and AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar really sounds like a marquee match. Underdog versus a beast. The first match was really good, so I don't see a problem of it being at WrestleMania. I feel like at the end of the day, WWE are going to make a different decision. We're probably going to see Brock Lesnar against some other part-timer or something like that, but I wouldn't mind seeing it. Dave Meltzer discussed the situation on Wrestling Observer Radio, where he went through the possibilities on what WWE's options are at the moment. There's nobody to bring back from the past, so if you're going to put anyone with Lesnar, I mean, there's not a lot of options really when you think about it. There's Strowman, but I was told it wasn't going to be Strowman. There's McIntyre, there's AJ, Bryan, probably not again unless Bryan beats him and then they can do Bryan again. They can always take somebody out of nowhere, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of options for that spot, so AJ does seem pretty viable for me. Another rumored match is Triple H versus Batista, but we all know that Triple H got injured at WWE Crown Jewel, so that match is probably not going to happen unless Triple H is going to be cleared. Now the rumored match for Batista right now is Batista versus Randy Orton, former Evolution partners. It makes the most sense that he's going to face Randy Orton. Honestly, I would love to see it. I feel like that's enough of a marquee match as well. And then you have Shawn Michaels, even though Shawn Michaels said that WWE Crown Jewel DX versus Brothers of Destruction match was his last match in the WWE, he's not gonna miss it, but maybe it was just a kayfabe interview and maybe we are getting him at WrestleMania. Now the rumored matches are Shawn Michaels versus Daniel Bryan, a match that I would really love to see. It already got teased back in 2015 or 14, so I would love to see that match if Shawn Michaels is going to return, because if I could choose, I wouldn't return Shawn Michaels probably. You know, I don't think you need that. Another rumored dream match is Shawn Michaels versus AJ Styles. People really want to see that because AJ Styles is the Shawn Michaels of the current era. And another rumored match is Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, a match that would make the most sense. So right now Shawn Michaels has an excuse. I defeated you at WWE Crown Jewel. I have a right to be in the WWE again, but Undertaker will say something like, unless you beat me. If you beat me at WrestleMania, you can have your career back. Let me remind you, he's over 50. Yeah, it doesn't make the most sense, but if WWE really want to do this match, I feel like something like that is going to be put in the storyline. And even though I don't really want to see Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania, I've said it before, but since they already ruined his retirement, I guess it wouldn't hurt to see another one-on-one match with Shawn Michaels. That's just my take on it. And you see people, 35 is a big number and WWE really want to have a lot of big matches on this pay-per-view. So they are even considering bringing back Dwayne "The Rock" freaking Johnson. I've said it before, but he's really like the only part-timer I want to see in the WWE right now. But the unfortunate thing, the rumored WrestleMania match for The Rock is against Bobby
Lashley.
I don't want to see that. If The Rock is going to return to the WWE, the only people he should face, Randy Orton, Batista, or Brock Lesnar. I don't see any other really marquee match besides Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns cannot compete at the moment. So these are the most rumored WrestleMania 35 matches, and now let's move on to the James Ellsworth accusations. So a 16-year-old fan is claiming that James Ellsworth is sending her nudes, pictures of a chinless cock. I have Ellsworth's nudes, literally all screenshots from people who think I'm lying. And then you have these very interesting pictures of James Ellsworth. Ellsworth's Twitter said, "My client James Morris, known publicly and professionally as James Ellsworth, has become aware of a number of baseless allegations. Mr. Morris has the utmost respect for women and categorically denies these inflammatory and despicable accusations." So we cannot really judge him too quick. People did it with Enzo Amore. Turns out he was actually innocent, so you never know what happened right here. Although I gotta say, it doesn't look very good. I'm not gonna get into the situation, but so far it really sounds believable, and I hope it's not true, but I feel like it probably is. Let me say this again. James Ellsworth said nudes. People are mad at Nia Jax for tweeting this. "Hey, we don't deliver mail. Things happen. Is anyone gonna ask about how my fist feels?" Of course, wrestling fans are not the most intelligent people in the world sometimes, so they don't understand that this is just a work. She's working you. This tweet is a part of a storyline. And even though you kinda have a right to be mad at her for what she did, she was really reckless, this tweet is not the reason though. But it's been said that people backstage are not as mad about Nia Jax as they're mad about Brock Lesnar suplexing one of the Singh brothers. It really looked painful. He landed on his neck multiple times, and I don't know whose fault is this. We also seen Randy Orton doing a couple of moves to the Singh brothers, and they sold it really painfully as well, if that makes sense. So maybe it's not even Brock Lesnar's fault, but it was really painful to watch. So let me know in the comments below, how do you feel about the situation? Do you think that Brock Lesnar was reckless, or do you feel like one of the Singh brothers was reckless? And let me know your thoughts about WrestleMania 35 plans and your thoughts about this whole James Ellsworth situation. James Ellsworth sent nudes. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. As always, yeah boy, the great one, Peace, love, and hugs.
More to come from the brash one.